Hi everyone. It's been a while since I've done a video, about a month I think. Sorry again, I know my uploading schedule has been absolutely shit lately. I've been starting work and that kind of thing, but once I get everything into motion I can start doing more videos for you guys, and then hopefully things go a lot better than they are at the moment. But till then, probably not going to be great uploading schedule, but I'll try my best. Today I'm bringing you a Would You Rather video. I think that you will enjoy it. Well, I'm hoping you enjoy it. It's something different to what I've done, because normally it's playing games, whereas this is just sort of a click. You can go into depth of the answers of each question and that kind of thing. So it's kind of getting to know me more kind of thing, but probably not in a good way considering some of the questions that come up. I have a Cards Against Humanity video coming up as well, so hopefully if you like that you can watch that as well. Hopefully that will be with you on Monday. If it's not, then I'm incredibly sorry, but I'll be working that day, so I will try my best to get that uploaded for you on Monday, but if not, it will be very soon after that, I promise you. And I will speak to you later. Bye. And we are back again with another video. There was a question before this, and it was, would you rather change the past or see into the future? Now, if you change the past, even if it was for the better, say if you killed Hitler for instance, or something along them lines, it would change everything. Everything in the world would be different. It would kind of be a butterfly effect, if you want to call it that. If you see into the future, you can stop things from happening, but it wouldn't affect anything. It would just help the world. So, say with everything that's going on nowadays with bombing and that kind of thing, which is awful, say if somebody was going to bomb the France-Portugal final, you could look into the future and stop it from happening straight away, and it would help a lot. It would help a lot of people, it would save a lot of lives, and it would be just everything. So I picked that, and I was in the majority of people. So pretty much in this game you get two choices here. You get a blue one and you get a red one, and it's a would you rather, which you'll see there, and there's a percentage of people that have voted, and if you're in the majority then you're with the majority of people, minority you're with the minority of people. So let's move on to this question. We've got, would you rather be able to freeze time for 1 hour every 24 hours, or would you rather be able to replicate one thing per day that disappears after 24 hours? So, with this, if you were able to replicate one thing per day that disappears after 24 hours, do you have to stay as that thing for 24 hours, or can you stop it whenever you want to? Because say if you want to become, say if you're like running away from someone or something like that, you can turn into something random, like you can turn into these headphones for instance, and then you'd just be chilling on the desk. But if you have to sit there for 24 hours, it wouldn't be very fun for you, and it wouldn't be a good thing. If you were able to freeze time for 1 hour every 24 hours, that would be good, but at the same time it wouldn't, because if you have to freeze time for an hour, you either have to stay in the same spot for 1 hour so people don't recognise that you've moved somewhere, or you can leave and risk someone seeing you, but then they'll probably think they're just kind of tripping out kind of thing. But you'd have to find somewhere to hide after the hour's finished. If you were able to freeze time, it would be amazing. If you were seeing someone being robbed, you'd be able to save them. If anything else happened, you'd be able to stop it, you'd be able to help people, you'd be able to do whatever you want. Say there's something that you want to do, but you don't want anyone to see you do it. Like, for say, I could make a YouTube video, I could make 3 YouTube videos in the 1 hour, and then just edit them afterwards, and it won't waste any time. I can make as many videos as I want without time being an issue, which would be amazing. So if that thing, I would rather be able to freeze time, and as you can see, I was in the majority. 77% of people agree with me. So let's move on to the next one. If you had to kill one of these two, would you rather kill Abraham Lincoln so that slavery still existed, or would you rather kill George Washington so that we lost the American Revolution? Okay. This one I think I'm going to skip because there would be an absolute apocalypse in the comments, and people would judge me so bad if I picked one of these. So I'm just going to skip that one because I don't want anything going wrong. I don't want to be known as the person who would sit there and say that slavery still existed or we lost the American Revolution. So that one can move out the way. Would you rather make out with Hillary Clinton or make out with Nancy Pelosi? Now, this probably sounds really bad, but I have no idea who Nancy Pelosi is. So, I'm just going to pick Hillary Clinton, but I have no idea. I was in the majority, so obviously Hillary Clinton's more good looking than Nancy Pelosi. I hope I'm saying her last name right. But I have no idea, unfortunately. Would you rather always drive under the speeding limit or always drive over the speeding limit? Well, if you have to always drive over the speeding limit, you'd constantly get parking tickets, you'd constantly get fines. You could even go to jail if you do it as many times as, because it would be for the rest of your life, so it wouldn't be very good. If you always drive under the speeding limit, you're going to piss a lot of people off because they're going to think, oh, why is this person so slow? They're standing behind you thinking, I'm just going to overtake, which could also cause crashes. But if you're driving under the speed limit, then you're not technically doing anything wrong. And it doesn't say how far under the speeding limit. Like, say if it's a speed limit of 30, you could be going 29, so people aren't going to get that annoyed if it's 29 miles per hour instead of 30. If you're always driving over, it could essentially be 1 miles per hour over, which you could be let off for. They wouldn't really care about 1 miles per hour, but it's still a hard question. But I would probably go under because I'm a safe person and I don't really want to be reckless when driving all the time. So 56% agree with me, which is good. Would you rather be blind or be dumb? Right, this is a very weird question because if you're blind, obviously you cannot see, you'd have to get someone to see things for you. You wouldn't be able to see things in the world. Say if you wanted to travel the world, you wouldn't be able to see all the lovely exhibits that are around and all the scenery everywhere. For instance, when I go up to Scotland, the scenery out there is amazing. Like, there's still bits of snow on the mountains, you can see it. All the fields and that are beautiful, and it's just good to look at. If you're being dumb, it doesn't specify how dumb, but if you are dumb, it probably refers to the inability to speak, because you'd be so dumb you wouldn't know how to speak properly. Not saying people with speech impediments and people who can't talk are dumb, but that's essentially how it would be made out to be. So I would probably rather be dumb, because if you're able to speak, you can just jot everything down, you can write it, you can have something, say maybe what Stephen Hawking has, where he gets to talk through an electronic machine. So I would rather be that, because blindness would really be bad for me, because I love looking at pretty colours and that kind of thing, so that would be good. 62% agree with me, which is great, so thank God for that. Would you rather be a famous rapper or a notorious mobster? Okay. Would you rather... I'm just looking at... I don't know if you can see this here, but somebody's put busting flow or busting caps, which I think is hilarious. But if you're a famous rapper, you're getting a lot of money. If you're very famous, you're getting a lot of money. You have a lot of people that look up to you, depending on what you rap about. Obviously, if I was a rapper, I would talk about life in general and things that could be better, not talking about drugs, alcohol, sex, that kind of thing that is nowadays. With some rappers, there are still rappers out there which I thoroughly enjoy, and I am a big fan of rap music, so it's not like I'm degrading the genre in itself. Being a notorious mobster would be very difficult to think about, because I don't really know much about them. All I know is that They were known for being big gangs, and you would just like, you have the ability to kill people pretty much. But I'm not going to go into much detail about the mobster, so I'm just going to pick rapper. And 63% of people agree with me. I wouldn't expect that, because a lot of people don't really like rappers. They don't think they're very good people, so wow, I'm surprised about that. If you wanted to live, would you rather live until you're 80 but be morbidly obese? Okay. So live until you're 80 for me. Live until you're 50 but have supermodel looks. Okay, now the thing is, I would pick the red one, because I don't really want to live until I'm 80, as weird as that sounds, because I don't want to get that old. Obviously I'd love to live over 50. I'd love to be, say, live until I'm 70 and then pass away peacefully, that kind of thing. But I'm not doing it for the supermodel looks. If it was just live until you're 80 or live until you're 50, I would still pick 50. And obviously there's nothing against being morbidly obese. It doesn't affect you as a person. It may affect your health depending on how obese you are, but it doesn't really affect your personality. It doesn't affect how others see you, unless they're not very nice people, say. So I'm going to pick this one. Wow, 79% of people. I know it sounds really harsh, but I think a lot of people would have picked this question because of the supermodel looks. Because a lot of people would like to look better. A lot of people would like to not be morbidly obese. They would like to be healthy, fit, that kind of thing. But I just go for the age gap, really. Would you rather explode or implode? Okay, now this is a hard question, because either way you're dead. There's no two ways about it. You still die the same way. It doesn't matter if you explode from outside or inside. If you explode from inside, I don't know, because you'd still scatter everywhere when you die. You'd still fly off into pieces, and it would be, I don't know how painful it would be. It depends where you explode from. So say if you explode from your legs up, that would be incredibly painful. But if you explode, if it's just your head that explodes, then obviously it wouldn't be as painful, because it would be over quicker. Explode or implode? I think I'd rather explode. I don't know why. I couldn't really give you a reason why, but apparently I'm in the majority, so that's alright for me. I'd rather explode. For the rest of your life, would you rather drink the same thing or eat the same meal? Well, this is a hard one. Actually, to be honest, it's not. I would rather drink the same thing. And a lot of people agree with me. Because if you eat the same meal, you'll get incredibly bored. It just won't be very nice for however long you live for. Like, say my age, I'm 19, I have the potential to live for another 81 or even more years. So eating the same meal for 81 years more is just a horrible thought. Drinking the same thing, I wouldn't really mind that. Like, I wouldn't really mind. That wouldn't affect me that much. So I'll probably go with that. If there is no risk of injury, would you rather hug a panda or hug a polar bear? So there's no risk of injury. I wouldn't really mind. They're both kind of very similar in a way. They're both incredibly fluffy and that kind of thing. Pandas are very cute animals, so they're like, it would kind of be a joyous hug, as if you're, say, hugging your niece or your nephew or your little sister or brother or something like that. Same with a polar bear. They don't look cute to most people, but I think they are. I think they're very cute animals. But polar bears are bigger. They have a lot more fur around their bodies because of obviously where they live, their habitat in Antarctica, that kind of places. So hugging a panda, I'm just going to go polar bear. Wow, a lot of people would rather hug a panda. I think a lot of people would rather hug a panda because of the designer song, but I'm not going to degrade people for it. Would you rather live forever or never live? So, so would you never live? If you never live, then you never have any memories of living. But if you live forever, you have to go through every bad thing that could or could not happen in the world, or every good thing. So say if there was a World War III, you'd have to live through it, and there's no way of you being taken away from it. The times would be incredibly tough, and there's no way for you to get away from it unless you find some way of doing it, as some World Wars have been manageable. Never live. I would rather live forever, even though I said in one of the previous questions that I would rather live until 50, until 80. But the thing is, if you live forever, are you going to... I picked that and I didn't think of this actually. If you live forever, are you going to decay as you would as you get older? Are you going to get like wrinkly? Are you going to get brittle? Are you going to not be able to walk properly or hear or see? Anything like that. And another thing is, if you get an illness or a terminal illness or anything like that, so say for instance if you get cancer, you'd have to live with cancer forever because it wouldn't be able to kill you unless somebody found a cure. But then again, you'd have to suffer for years and years and years until a cure is eventually found, which could be in the next 100 years. So say if you got it now, you'd have to wait 100 years for a cure, and that would not make your life very nice, not at all. So, but I am in the majority, so that's what I can say really. If you had no choice, would you rather kill yourself or enter your younger sibling in the Hunger Games? So your younger sibling would have a 1 out of 24 chance of living. I think it's 24. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's 24. So they do have the chance, but they're younger, and a lot of people in the Hunger Games would be older. But I would never wish that upon my sibling, so no, I'd kill myself anyway. Wow, there's a lot of people that value their own life over their younger siblings. But think about it, you've lived for longer, you've experienced more, they haven't. Like, you can't just get rid of them like that. They can have potential in their life, so I disagree with this 57% of people. Would you rather have no tongue or no teeth? So if you had no teeth, you'd be incredibly gummy, you talk funny. But then again, would you never have them to begin with? Or would they just be pulled out or fall out or something like that? Because that would be incredibly discomforting. Especially if they were pulled out, that would hurt a lot. So, having no tongue. And again, if you have no tongue, would that be pulled out? Or would that fall out? Oh god, I couldn't even think of that. Ugh. God, this took a turn for the worst. I have no tongue. And the thing is, if you have no teeth, can you get dentures? Can you get fake teeth? If, like, false teeth, that kind of thing? And if you have no tongue, could you get something that works as a tongue? Could you... I don't know. I think I'd probably have no teeth. I think that would be less crippling for your life. So, yeah. Okay, I was in the majority. That's surprising, actually. Would you rather be a contestant on Wheel of Fortune or be a contestant on Jeopardy? Right, people may not like this, but I've never seen Jeopardy in my life. So, I don't really want to pick Wheel of Fortune and not look up Jeopardy, but if I do, then I'd have to go to a different tab and that kind of thing. So I'm just going to click Wheel of Fortune, and that was incredibly popular. Over 1 million people agreed with that one. Wow. Would you rather not be able to taste or not be able to smell? Right. Now, this is a hard one, because if you weren't able to taste, you could eat incredibly healthy. You could eat foods that people find disgusting, like broccoli or celery or carrots or things like that. You could just eat them kind of foods all the time and be super healthy. And if you're not able to smell, you can't smell nice smells anymore. Obviously, you'd want to get out the bad smells anyway, but you wouldn't be able to smell nice things like perfumes, colognes, flowers, like nice food. So I have no idea. I would probably go taste, definitely. Wow, over 1.1 million people disagree with me, so obviously I was in the wrong there for some reason, but God knows. Would you rather brutally assault a police officer or brutally assault a well-known gang member? Right. It depends who, really. Because if you brutally assault a well-known gang member, you're basically gonna die. They won't stop hunting you down until you die. Whereas if you brutally assault a police officer, you go to jail. I'm not sure how long you go to jail for, but I'm pretty sure the sentence wouldn't be very nice. So, but I'd rather go to jail than die, pretty much. Wow, a lot of people do not know what gang members are like. So, well, I finished that one. Would you rather know for sure who killed JFK or know for sure what happened to Amelia Earhart? Ooh, probably who killed JFK. I think that's more popular in the world, as bad as that sounds. That, like, a lot more people would rather know that than that. So, I was in the minority though, so obviously Amelia Earhart can't be that unpopular. If you had kids, would you rather regurgitate food to feed them or lick your children to bathe them? Licking your children to bathe them, you would capture all kinds of diseases and it would just not be a good time for you. If you regurgitate food to feed them, it wouldn't be good for either. Well, then again, both of them wouldn't be good for either of them, but I'd probably go with regurgitate food. Yeah, I was expecting that to be quite a popular one compared to the others. Would you rather eat a hot dog or eat a hamburger? Hamburger, I don't know. That one's not really relevant to anything. If you were a pirate, would you rather have a pet monkey or have a talking parrot? A talking parrot any day of the week. I mean, monkeys are cool and all, but having a talking parrot, you could tell it to say things. But God knows. Yeah, I don't know. Would you rather know everything and die tomorrow, or live forever and be ignorant? Now, if you live forever and be ignorant, ignorant's a very strong word to use here, because I thought it would be the opposite, like not know anything or live forever, but live forever and be ignorant can be incredibly different. But if you're ignorant, you don't have to speak your views, so... But what's the point of living forever if you're not going to know anything? Like, and then there's no point knowing everything and dying tomorrow anyway. So it doesn't really matter. I'd probably rather know everything and die tomorrow, because at least I know because in that day, if you know everything, you could help a lot of people out before you died. Yeah, and it would be a lot better for the world. Live forever and be ignorant. Wow. Right. Would you rather be a shark or be a dolphin? Right. This one's hard because sharks are very prone to getting killed for their teeth, for their skin, for the fact that they're sharks. So they're very hunted animals, even though they apparently hunt people. But I would rather be a dolphin because they're incredibly smart, they're loved by most people, and they're just great animals all in all. And I'd rather be a dolphin than a shark, even though sharks are badass and they just go and kill everything in their sights, but dolphins are just intelligent, and they look like they're having a blast every time you see them in videos and that kind of thing. Right. I'll probably make this the last question because this is going on for quite a while. So, oh no. Sleep only 3 hours a night on an extremely comfy bed, or sleep as long as you want on a cold rock? well, you'd get used to the cold rock after a while, so you get your health will be fine, you get your sleep, you'll be fine. Obviously for the first few nights you'll probably be getting 3 hours sleep anyway, but you can still learn to like it. And it doesn't say the cold rock isn't in a warm house. Obviously it will still be cold, but you're still in the warmth of your own home, you're not just outside sleeping on the rock. So I would have actually rather say the rock instead of picking sleeping only 3 hours a night in an extremely comfy bed. So I apologise for that, because that took away, that kind of screwed everything up. Right, this is definitely the last one. If you had to have one in your bedroom, would you rather have a complete stranger that cuddles with you? Oh god, or have non-stop screaming 7-year-olds? Oh god, right, so would I rather kill a complete stranger or kill a 7-year-old? No, I'm joking. But non-stop screaming 7-year-olds would do your head in. Having a complete stranger that cuddles with you would be creepy as all hell, and you don't know what would happen. But is it in your bedroom for just a day? Is it in your bedroom for the rest of your life? I have no idea, but as weird as it sounds, I would probably have non-stop screaming 7-year-olds. If it was for one day, I'm going to treat it as if it was for one day or one night kind of thing. I would have the non-stop screaming 7-year-olds. But everyone wants to cuddle. People just want to be cuddled. So I'm disagree with that one. Jesus Christ. Right, that is the end of this video. Anyway, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a blast playing this. I think I'll do more videos on this because some of the questions are extremely funny, and like you get to learn a lot more about a person if you watch this, because it just shows their wave pattern, the way their mind works and how they can react to different things. So thank you again for watching. I hope you all have a lovely weekend and week, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye.